Welcome to Market King. In today's video, we are going to look at a topic that is very important, especially for trading companies looking to stay in the game for the long term. Okay, so this topic is short-term thinking destroys long-term legacy. Okay, so let's get into this topic. So let's look at the short-term thinking that I'm referring to over here. So what is short-term thinking? That is when you are facing a specific problem and you can't see past the problem. You can't see the bigger picture anymore. And that is human nature. That's in us all, okay? When everything goes well, we keep our eyes on the long-term legacy. But when there's an obstruction, this view gets destroyed and this short-term thinking kicks in. And that can be the downfall of your trading company if you don't look out for it. So let's get into short-term thinking and what it is. So it can be two things. Either it's not having a long-term vision, or it can be an obstruction from a problem that arise in your business, okay? So these are the two things to look into if you want to know if you are short-sighted, okay? It's either you don't have a long-term vision, you don't have a picture of where you want to go with your trading company, or it is you're sitting with a problem and this problem is creating a barrier, an obstruction for you not to see the main goal anymore, okay? So let's get into the first point first, not having a long-term vision and how to create a long-term vision for your company to make sure you build a legacy and don't have short-term success, okay? So the first thing is, if you are just going day by day, no long-term vision, anything can happen to you. Anything can happen to your business as well, okay? Because you don't have a picture that you have in your mind of where you want to go with your business. Now this picture is going to fill in the entire process. Okay, so this is the starting point when you're actually sitting and thinking of the goal and the vision you have for your business and what it should actually do for people. And the rest will be filled in with the journey, okay? So what you want to look into when you create your long-term vision is always to think of value, to think of a positive impact, and making sure everyone in the journey stays on the journey. Now this can look different for everyone, but these are the things that you have to look into if you are looking to build a legacy, okay? And not just have short-term success, but you want long-term success. Think of these when creating your vision, where you want to go, the goals that you want to reach, the things that you want to do, okay? If you don't have this, then anything can happen over here, which means you can go into random directions. And all the random directions can lead to a random result, okay? And you don't want random results if you're serious about your business. You don't want that, okay? You want a destination, okay? So that is the first thing. Not having a long-term vision creates short-sightedness, which means you can only see what's happening in these directions that's randomly happening to you. And that's when anxiety kicks in. That's when you don't know which way to go. That's when problems are attracted to you, okay? And you don't know how to handle these problems because you don't have a vision. So make sure you have a long-term vision for your company and everything will play out in between. At least you have a direction, which means whichever problems you are facing in this journey, it's quite predictable because you know the destination where you're going to. And you'll be able to know how to fix those problems when you have a destination. When you don't have a destination, you don't even know what to fix because you don't know what to fix to go where. It's just randomness, okay? So I see a lot of trading companies fall into this, okay? They don't know where they're going. They don't know what their main goal are. And it's easy. Always just drag it back to value. You want to create the best value. You want to make sure you update things. You want to make sure you provide the best education for people inside your journey, getting into this journey. Because inside this journey, there's other people inside as well. People that's coming along. into the journey, okay? And you want to make sure you take them to the main goal that you're busy with as well. You don't want to leave them stranded. That's going to have a negative effect on your main goal. You want to make sure everything is planned out for your main goal to happen, which is a legacy. You want to build a legacy, okay? Always have a positive impact in the people around you, with your energy, as well as with your clients, as well as other companies. Collaborate. Have a good spirit. That's going to create legacy, and that's just going to attract more people to your goal, and you're going to see legacy status happening for your business. Now, the next thing is when problems arise in this journey, then the natural instinct of the human is to become short-sighted, okay? So you have to look out for this as well. Yes, you've got your main goal, but now a big problem happened over here in the journey to legacy status, okay? What's happening now? Now you're just seeing a wall. You're seeing a barrier, which means your view of your main goal gets obstructed. Okay, and this is also where I see a lot of training companies get stuck, and where they lose time, and where they entirely drift off from the main thing and the main purpose behind their company, is when something like this happens. So what you want to do when you get into a situation like this is to always remember of your main goal. If you start forgetting about the main goal and only looking at this, then the randomness might happen again, and you might drift away from your main goal. And that's what you want. You want to make sure you are fixed on the main goal, even with all the problems that you're facing, okay? Because this problem, when this wall is broken down, you've got a clear view of your main goal again and your main vision again. But that doesn't mean there's not going to be another one or another one or another one. And the closer you're going to get to this goal over here, the more obstructions are going to form in front of your view. So you want to make sure you are prepared for these obstructions and that you make informed decisions and don't think short term, I'm facing a problem, damn, what should I do with this problem, and obsess over the problem. Look at the problem, find a solution, fix that problem, and let the wall break, okay? There's always solutions out there. There's people that can help you in whichever stage you are over here, okay? So don't be selfish with these blocks, because these blocks can have a bad effect. They can make you drift away. They can take you into randomness, and the randomness is something that you want to stay away from. You want to keep focused on your main vision and do everything you can to break each and every barrier forming in the journey, so that you can reach your main vision of legacy status. And that's what I want for you. So make sure you're aware of this, and make sure you don't fall into the trap of short-sightedness, because that's the killer. That can kill your entire plan, your entire vision for your company. So look in front of you, always see the main picture, and don't lose track of the illusion of the barriers that's in front of you. Thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know in the comment section if there's any other sales and marketing topic you want me to cover, and I'll get to work. Remember to like and subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you in the next video.